Hey guys, welcome today. In today's video, I'll be talking about 12 interesting facts about Madagascar. Madagascar is an African country which is located off the southeastern coast of Africa, also known to occupy 226,756 square miles alongside 587,295 square per kilometer. Although it is located 250 miles away from the original continent of Africa, Madagascar map has three distinct colors, which are white, which represent purity, red representing sovereignty, green representing coastal region, and also symbolizes hope. The capital of Madagascar is called Antananarivo. The official language is Malagasy and French. So let's hop into the video. The first fact is Madagascar isn't a Disney film setting. In fact, it's a real country located in Africa. And where is it located in Africa? It's located in the Indian Ocean, 250 miles off the coast of mainland Africa in the eastern part, and also separated from Africa by the coast of Mozambique Channel. Madagascar split from India 88 million years ago, following its initial separation from Gondola, the supercontinent. And the Gondola supercontinent includes Africa, South America, Antarctica, and Australia, approximately 165 million years ago. And that separation has resulted in fauna and flora found nowhere else on the planet. Well, number 2 is Madagascar is the world's 4th largest island. Yes, you heard me right. It ranks on the world's biggest island after Greenland, Papua New Guinea, and Borneo. Plunged in the Indian Ocean, it measured about 1,600 kilometers on its longest axis and 517 kilometers along its widest point. Its coastline stretches over 5,000 kilometers of wide beaches and coral reefs. With this massive land area, Madagascar features very diverse and distinctive terrains and habitats, ranging from volcanic mountain chains, central island to the humid rainforest in the east, dry sandstone cliff in the west, and bizarre karst forest in the north. Talking about animals, which brings me to the third fact. Madagascar is home to 70 species of lemurs found nowhere else on Earth. Having been isolated from the African continent 165 million years ago, Madagascar's bizarre wildlife has been evolving ever since. Today, there are over 70 species and subspecies of lemur in Madagascar, while 16 have been wiped out since humans' arrival. The newest species of lemur was discovered as of recent in 1985. And the most popular and well-known lemur species is the ring-tailed lemur. If you've seen the photo of a lemur, it is most probably the ring-tailed lemur. It is considered to be one of the most intelligent of them as well. Other lemur species that I love are the Verax sifaka. They can dance sideways, and tiny grey mouse lemurs, smallest primates in Madagascar. Still on animal, the fourth fact is more than 50% of the world's chameleon population is found on Madagascar. There are also over 346 species of reptiles found nowhere else beside Madagascar, including the world's biggest chameleon, which is known as Parsons chameleon, and smallest, which is known as dwarf chameleon of Brookesia. There are around 150 species of chameleons in the world, and more than half of them can be found in Madagascar. An impressive 59 of them are endemic to Madagascar, which simply means they cannot be found anywhere else except from Madagascar. The fifth part takes me into the plant diversity. The Biodiversity Hotspot has over 10,000 endemic species of plants. Plant life is as equally impressive here. More than 10,000 native species of plants have been identified, of which around 90% are endemic and only found in the country. However, many are critically endangered. The most unique and famous plant found in Madagascar is the baobab tree, bottle-shaped trees that seemingly have their roots in the air. The baobab trees grows up to hundreds of years and are considered sacred by local people. The octopus trees are commonly found plants in Madagascar, growing in the spiny forest in the southwest corner of the country. The baobab tree is known as the octopus tree. Now moving on to man-made disaster, which takes me to the 6th point. The 6th fact among the 12 facts that you probably do not know about Madagascar is deforestation. Now, Madagascar is said to have lost 80 or 90% of its original forest from prehistoric times, but that cannot be proven because there are not genuine statistics to prove them. But what is certain is that the arrival of humans on Madagascar around 2,000 plus years ago began a process of fire, logging and grazing that has reduced their plant life. Now these days, the primary causes of large-scale deforestation include slash and burn for agricultural lands, a practice known locally as tevi, selective logging for construction material, and forest clearing for mining. It is a serious problem that is threatening the survival of Madagascar endemic flora and fauna. The 7th fact is the Malagasies, as the Madagascar are called, have closer roots to Southeast Asians than Africans. Although Madagascar is separated from mainland Africa by the narrow Mozambique Channel, it is a world away. Its people, the Malagasies, are descended from Indo-Malaysian seafarers who arrived there on islands on the Indian Ocean trade route over 2,000 years ago. Even today, their cultural similarity to Southeast Asian is obvious. Their staple food is rice. They eat it at least 3 times a day. Who doesn't eat rice in the whole country? And their language traces back to Asian roots. When talking to a Malagasy, be sure to remember that they do not like to be referred as Africans. They are simply Malagasy people. Because of the continuing bond with France that resulted from former colonial rule, the island also developed political, economic and cultural links with the French-speaking. Now, moving back to the colonization, which takes me to the 8th fact of Madagascar. Madagascar was a French colony. Yes, Madagascar was given its name by Marco Polo, who was the first European to report its existence. Although the Portuguese arrived next in the 1500s, it was the French who colonized the island and declared French the official language. In the 1890s, the French set out to suppress the Malagasy language and all British influence. Madagascar finally gained its independence in the 1960s, although the French influence can still be observed from its cuisine. Common to find pastries and baguette all over the country, which is the cuisine of French then, and architecture, especially in Antsira Bay. Why most people in the city speak French? Madagascar was a heaven for pirates. The island's secluded cove and the absence for centuries of European powers meant Madagascar was once a safe haven for hundreds of pirates. One Captain James Mason supposedly found an anarchist colony, Libertatia, there in the late 17th century, while Ile Sainte-Marie, 4 miles off Madagascar East Coast, was simply referred to as the island of pirates on maps from the time. Countless brigands, including Captain Kidd, took shelter there when they were looting booty. Some are buried in the island cemetery. Number 10. Madagascar is one of the poorest countries in the world. With an annual GDP per capita of €652, Madagascar has been constantly ranked one of the poorest countries in the world. After its independence from the French, it struggled under the leadership of one incompetent government after another. A series of civil unrest and political chaos ensued. When ex-Yugo peddler Mark Ravalomanana took over as president in 2001, which led to the introduction of new currency rules and reduced the country's foreign debt by $20 billion. Madagascar's future looked bright, but unfortunately, he's been ousted from office and the country is sliding back. 11. Madagascar does not enjoy tropical climate. Even when they do not enjoy the whole of it. Although the entire island of Madagascar lies in tropics, not all the isles experience warm tropical climate. As it's so large, it experiences different climates simultaneously. In winter, especially May to October, it can get rather cold in the center island and temperature as low as 0 degrees Celsius around Antananarivo and Antsirabe. But once you wind your way down to sea level in the west, Mondrova, Ifati, Isalo, it is usually hot and sunny all year round. The rainforests in the east often receive wet and overcast weather. 12. Madagascar had a mad queen. Fans of the Flashman series of novels may have well heard of Ranavalona. She thwarted European efforts to gain sway over Madagascar during her 33-year rule, but also focused her energies on brutality, eradicating Christians, neighboring kingdoms, and political rebels. So widespread were the purges and the use of slave labor to construct a vast palace and public works that the island's population fell from 5 million to 2.5 million between 1833 and 1839. One way Ranavalona maintained order was the Tangina ordeal, by which the accused was poisoned and then forced to eat 3 pieces of chicken skin. That or the failure to regurgitate all 3 pieces indicated guilt. Other opponents were simply thrown into vast ravines and remained. So guys, we've come to the end of today's video. If you find this video interesting and enlightening, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also use the notification icon.